Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Quite a game. Now, I've been following this one since the initial reveal trailer at the 2024 Game Awards. You know, I'm glad I ended up just going to sleep because I could not be bothered to sit through hours of slop just for a CGI no gameplay teaser. But hey, it's been over half a year since the initial reveal. I even had a chance to play the game myself when I got into the closed beta test back in February. That's when my excitement for the game absolutely peaked because I haven't had that much fun playing a game in ages. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with it.
Oh my fucking god, bro.
Now, I've always adored Sonic racing games, specifically Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Not to brag, but I was the creep that messaged the executive producer's personal Facebook to figure out who the announcer in the game was. It's Mac McDonald, by the way.
Can someone die of excitement? We're about to find out, folks! I don't think I can take much more of this!
For some reason, he went uncredited. How could they? And you know what? While we're here, I need to disclose something. I haven't played Sonic Riders. I know, put me on fraud watch. To be fair, when I was younger, I did play the demo for Sonic Free Riders over and over and over again. Even though that shit was impossible to control. I vividly remember as a 4-year-old having to fight with the menu just to get into the game. The only other time I've had to fight with a Sonic menu like that is Sonic 4 because I just can't bring myself to do it. The only reason I mention I haven't played Sonic Riders is because I'm not really going to be talking about it much today. What I want to focus on is the roster of Sonic Racing Crossworlds and the prior All-Star games. So, what's the roster of Crossworlds looking like right now? Well, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Cream and Cheese, Big, Shadow, Rouge, Omega, Jet, the purple one, Storm, Vector, Espio, Charmy, Silver, Blaze, Eggman, Metal Sonic, Sage, Eggporn, Zavok, the other purple one, Nine, Knuckles the Dread, Rusty Rose, and the Werehog. But that's just the Sonic characters. We also have representation from other franchises. So far, these include the blue one, Japanese boy with a stand, the guy whose car looks like a dragon, Block Boy and friends, and finally, SpongeBob with Patrice. Alongside representation from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Avatar The Last Airbender on the way. Oh, and by the way, while I was recording this video, they added Pac-Man, and the Ghosts. They also showed off some more tracks. Oh, the tracks. Oh, they're so fucking cool. It seems like we'll be getting other collabs in certain ways too, like getting Beyblade stickers for customization. Is Beyblade even, like, still a thing? You know, I played with them when I was younger. I had Beyblades. Actually, one of my friends lent me one of their Beyblades and I never returned it. Oops. Anyway, this lineup is insanely cool. Seeing Sonic in a game with Steve and SpongeBob is insane. As a kid, I would have adored this crossover, and still do, to be fair. Don't take me for anything less. Miku is great. Can we get Teto in here? Ichiban and Joker just made sense as picks, but it's still crazy to see them. I actually bought Like a Dragon for this game to get a better idea of who Ichiban is. I still need to finish it though. The game is pretty fun so far. I just struggled to get through games with long-ass runtimes. And I still want to try Persona 5 to learn more about Joker. Fuck me, wish me luck on that long haul. But how did we get here? Are these crossovers even that crazy when we look back to the past? Well, let's see. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing was actually the third Sonic and Sega crossover game. The first being Sega Superstars, released for the iToy on PlayStation 2. Now, ignoring the quality of the game itself, the franchise representation was pretty damn good. We had Sonic, Space Channel 5, Billy Hatcher, Samba de Amigo, Choo Choo Rocket, Puyo Pop Fever, Super Monkey Ball, Crazy Taxi, Virtua Fighter, Virtua Striker, Night into Dreams, and House of the Dead. A pretty varied lineup. Following this game, we received Sega Superstars Tennis as our next crossover title. A game I hold dear as it was part of my childhood Xbox 360 collection. Now, the franchises represented here were Sonic, Super Monkey Ball, Samba de Amigo, Jet Set Radio, Space Channel 5, Nights into Dreams, Golden Axe, and Alex Kidd. Another solid lineup. You had a lot of good picks for representing Sega franchises. But finally, we reach peak. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. One of my favorite games of all time. Sure, I have nostalgia bias, but it's also genuinely a superb racing game. They also struck a fantastic lineup of series represented. The specific roster of the game is as follows. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Eggman, Metal Sonic as DLC, Big the Twat, Ai, Billy Hatcher, Amigo, Ryo Hazuki, Beat, Ulala, BD Joe with the most aura in the entire roster, Zobio and Zobiko. What? They had the weirdest names. These two characters always stuck out to me. Were they original for this game? Roles in House of the Dead EX. Zobio, a simple zombie prison guard, falls in love with Zobiko. What the fuck? I mean, pretty cool, I guess. Jackie Bryant and Akira Yuki. Oh, we have another fucking weird-ass lineup of names. The Choo Choo Rockets. The things from that game. Chewy, Choopy, Chubei, Chewback, oh whatever the fuck. Mobo and Robo, Alex, Kid, and finally Opa Opa. This is a great lineup, tons of personality, and that's not even including the bonus characters on other consoles. If you're playing the game on 360 like I was, you can also play as your Xbox avatar and Banjo and Kazooie. If you're playing on the Wii, you can even play as your Mii. Hey, that rhymed. Now, there were talks to have Mario as a playable racer, but they decided against it as to not take away from the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. You've got to be fucking kidding me. We had the chance to have Mario in the best racing game of all time? Steve Lysett. I need to message this man again on Facebook to let him know how he fumbled the bag. Oh, and the PS3 had nothing. Same with the Steam version. Also, while we're on the topic, why does the Steam version fucking suck? The graphics are far worse than the 360, and the AI racers just don't work. They're not a challenge at all. It seems as if they're broken because they are nowhere near as easy on the 360. All in all though, fantastic lineup of Sonic, Sega, and even a few bonus characters. So, how did they follow this up? Well, hello Danica Patrick. Wreck-It Ralph, the football manager. Steve, what the hell were you smoking when you came up with this roster? Can I have some? Right, let's actually go into this roster. Of course, we have the mainstays. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Eggman, Metal Sonic as DLC again, Ai, Amigo, Rio back, but this time as DLC, Beat, Ulala, my beloved BD Joe, and Alex Kidd. But now some of these characters have some duos with the addition of Mimi, Gum, and Pudding. New to the roster, we even have Knight, who in the last game was relegated to Flag Person. They're also accompanied by... I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. For other new Sega faces, though, we have Gilius Thunderhead, Vice, Joe... Ages, which is a Dreamcast VMU for some reason, the Football Manager, Shogun, General Winter, and Willimus. To be completely honest, I don't know anything I just said. I mean, some of these are quirky choices, like Ages and the Football Manager. The fucking Football Manager. From Football Manager. Okay. But that's not even the end. As I said, the game also features Wreck-It Ralph and Danica Patrick. But that's not all. The Xbox avatar is back on the 360 version of the game, and over here on Steam, we have Team Fortress. Oh, and we also have Simon from the Yogscast as DLC. You're joking, right? The Screw the Nether guys. Holy shit. Screw the Nether is older than the average viewer of my friend Piggo's channel. Of course, there was one final Sonic racing game after Transform, but the roster just had Sonic characters, and overall was pretty lame. I mean, this roster is just sad. Why is Vector with Silver and Blaze? Did they not have the budget to model SPO and Charmy? I'm not exactly the biggest cream buff, but you gotta feel bad she was replaced by a group of Chow. Where are the Babylon Rogues? Having them excluded from the All-Stars games is one thing, but in a Sonic-focused racing game, how do you cut them out? This roster is just sad and confused. Which finally brings us back round to Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, including every single Sonic character they should. There is not a single character missing from the roster that just had to be there. Sure, some insane picks like Gamma, Chaos, Mephiles, or even Infinite would have been cool, but you know, I can live without them. Especially considering we're getting so many extra DLC characters. Now, I'm still on the copium, but I pray the DLC characters make sounds. If they don't, I'm gonna be so disappointed. And that's not really good enough from Sonic Team. I guess we'll have to see how things go, but either way, I am incredibly excited for CrossWorlds. Just having a Sonic racing game with all my favorite characters with some amazing tracks. I mean, pulling from Sonic Unleashed and all across the Sonic franchise just puts this on another level for me. It really feels like it's going to be a celebration of all things I love about this franchise. And oh my god, whoever came up with the concept of these character interactions, I want to make love to you. Consensually. So, in conclusion, no, the roster of CrossWorlds isn't that crazy. Especially when we look at the insane picks for Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. I really believe CrossWorlds might have one of my favorite video game crossover rosters ever. However, the pre-release hype still has one fatal flaw. there is no sign of BD Joe. Sonic Team, if you fail to include my king, there will be dire consequences. You've been warned. Doodles. Wow, you made it to the end of the video. You listened to me talk about Sonic for a whole 10 minutes. The hell is wrong with you? You got a crush on me or something? Look, I appreciate it. And yeah, this is the first video on this new channel I've made, Impact. Why the name? I don't know. Thought it sounded cool. Like the fun. Okay. Now, while watching the video, I'm sure you noticed the cool little character stills I've had done. I had a little contest in my Discord server, which you can join down below, by the way, where people could submit designs for a little character to represent me on this channel. So again, thank you to everyone who submitted a design. You can see them on screen right now with the usernames. Thank you. Again, thank you. It's cool. And specifically, a huge shout out to Shrikeii? God damn, I've been struggling to pronounce things all video, now you're hitting me with this username. But yeah, she's the person who did the stills in this video. So again, thank you so much. I love how they look. They're awesome. Aura. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, this channel, I think is a good thing for me. It gives me an extra outlet to upload lower effort videos. I'm not trying to make anything crazy here. I'm just trying to make fun videos on things I really want to discuss. I'm not locking myself into any sort of content, but hey, I'll probably do a lot more Sonic stuff. And I have some other cool videos planned, but I don't want to name drop specifically what I'm going to be doing because I don't want to feel like I'm forced to make those videos if I suddenly change my mind. I really want this channel to just be a fun creative outlet while I'm working on this big animated series. If this is your first time ever seeing me, what's up? You can know me as Impact, although I do have another channel, Pigo, if you want to check it out, although it's Roblox content, so you know, take it or leave it. Either way, thank you for watching. I appreciate this. Thanks for... Okay, bye.